Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, April the 20th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. My name is Anne-Marie Band, and we just got the Jobless claims report. We have the forecast for jobless claims rising just a bit, with initial claims just a little bit higher also, but right in line with everything. So essentially a nothing burger. So let's talk about the levels that we've been watching for a couple of days. Notice from yesterday's recording, and indeed the day before, my thought was that we would rotate back into the prior month, the high of the prior month, and then sort of jockey around there. So what's the big battle? The big battle is going to be inside of the option chains. And so right now in the option chains, 4150 is a really big number expiring tomorrow. So traders are going to either have to come in and defend this line, and if they don't, everybody's going to have to turn around and sell to cover, which would put us down into 4122 to 4112, somewhere around there. All right, so right now we're seeing the battle. This is a big battle, folks. It's going to be very choppy in here, and you know, who's to say where it runs? My thought is the shorts, who have had a really good overnight, are going to try to push it down further in the first 2 minutes of the opening range, see if they can really flush. At which point, when they get to this 4122 to 4128 area, they're going to start to buy to cover. And that buy to cover is going to push us right back up into the space. But if we can't get up over 4154, price action is going to move down again. So what are you looking for? One, if you know that the sellers are going to try and really push it down off of the opening tick, the question is going to be who's going to be there to defend the region. And so if you notice that price action maybe fades to 4138 or so, and then begins to hold, or it loses 4138 but then recovers it and doesn't head lower, it tells you the buyers are there to defend the zone. And that's going to be the buying pressure that's going to push us first into 4150 and then potentially back into 4164. What is my overall supposition? My overall supposition is that we're way overheated. Earnings are going to start to come in just a bit more. Tesla was okay, but it's really getting bounded in the overnight and the pre-market. And so really what I really expect is a move back down into this 4100 area. Just my thought for motion. So at the end of the day, if we get above 4154, our pullbacks will be buy zones. If we get below 4136, our bounces will be sell zones until they break those other levels. All right, let's take a look at the corresponding SPY. Same thought for the SPY. And I know a lot of us, listen, can I tell you why the statistics are always wrong when people go, where is the market going to end today? Unless it's moving in trend. If this is down, people are going to be freaked out and they're going to go, oh, it's going to end lower. If it's up, people are going to be enthusiastic and they'll go, hey, it's going to head higher. We don't really know. We just look at the very last thing and we go, yeah, that looks good. So here we are sitting here. Is this an important level? 411 sure is. You betcha. A lot of folks sitting at that zone from a price point. Take a look at the wicks. We have upside pressure that can't hold, downside pressure that can't hold at the first pass. But here we've got 3 days giving us a high, low, lower high, lower low, and another lower high in the resistance area. Where again do I suspect things to go? I expect it to come back into the 408 area. Will it? I don't know, but that's my expectation. And so in this space, what I'm going to see is, hey, what will the buyers do? If I lose the low of 410.80, the buyers will likely step out of the way until the test of 409.60. If that 409.60 bounces and we can't get up over 411.20, 411.40, we've got more downside action, all right? And we don't really have any news in terms of interest rates that are going to be out until sometime in May. Let's take a look at the Qs. Same thing, Q's a lot weaker. Tech got pounded quite a bit because of this overnight formation. But here we are coming into the 13,000 level that I mentioned yesterday. So what are the traders going to do? They're going to try and bounce. Notice we have almost a 50-point range in the Qs for a frontline zone of support. Buyers going to try and push it up, sellers going to try and push it down. If we can get up over 13,090, we'll very likely try to get into 13,135. If we bounce but cannot hold the zone, price action is going to move to the south. And so we've got this $13,000 or 13,000 in the points here, and then 12,949 at that next zone. Okay, what is my suspicion? I think we are as sideways gets, and I see a pullback into the formation. Where will I be wrong? Well, hey, I'm not going to be looking for any more shorts if my price action gets above 13,090 and it starts to hold. That's simply not the right thing to do. Let's take a look at the Qs. For the Qs today, coming into 315, this has been a buy zone area for a while, right? And so holding it is very likely, right? A lot of these areas are sitting in a space that says, I ought to hold this zone, okay? Sellers have everything to prove here. And if they fade and then they recover, it's a buy the dip event for everything that we look at today. All right, the only thing I would say, hey, pump the brakes on, would be the Russell, simply because the stats aren't telling us that. But that's what we're looking at. Below 315, you could have a quick strike fade coming into 313, but watch the buyers, folks. They are there to try and defend these zones. Sellers really need to push it. If they don't get any traction right at the open, this market's going to turn around and it's going to be a buy zone every single day for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting today would be the 6th day that we buy the dip. Now, where's it go to? Listen, just look for resistance. What do we have? High, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. There is resistance ahead. This isn't a buy and go to the beach. This is a buy and watch for resistance. All right? Good luck trading today, folks. Looking forward to an exciting event. See me in the Benzinga Pro platform and all the other places you might find me in the Twitter sphere. Take care.